What is going on, guys? Let me know if this is working. I'm trying something new today. Should be working. What's going on, James? Zip Zap Zig, what's up, man? Kyrie and Vooch most contradictory GPP plays. Is fading Russ just stupid? I don't think it's stupid. I think there's a bunch of routes you can go tonight. I think a lot of the studs are good. You mentioned two before. Kyrie and Vooch both definitely in play. Dwayne Jackson, what's up, man? Yeah, because I put out a poll right before this video, and I was wondering what you guys, where the public was at, really trying to gauge where the public was at on the stud stein. It looks like majority of you guys on Westbrook, then Vucevic and Irving, then Paul George, then Nikola Jokic, which is pretty surprising. What's up, Peter? Gabriel, David, what's up, man? First time Kawhi goes over 70. Man, I can't play Kawhi. I never play Kawhi just because he's so scoring dependent. And it is a tough matchup against Marcus Smart and the Boston Celtics. Hope all is well, Taylor. My 21st was last Thursday and I had a nice NHL win with thanks to Addy. Nice, man. Congrats. Happy birthday. My birthday was Friday. Yeah, I mean, with Jokic, he's going to have Adams on him, or the Thunder are going to have Adams out there for the pretty much all the minutes that Jokic are out there, barring foul trouble. So it is a bit tough for Jokic to get there tonight, but he's just so elusive, and it's such a pace-up spot. I'll bring up the pace, but over the last couple of months, the Thunder have been the second fastest team in the league, and then over the year, they've been... they're top 4 in pace. Yeah, Thunder is sitting at 3rd in the league in pace right now. The Nuggets, contrary to popular belief and what they've been doing the past couple of years, they're the 4th slowest team in the league. So Jokic in a pace-up game, that's where you want him. It does suck that he's going to have Adams on him for most of the time, but it is what it is. I still think Jokic is a great play. George going to drop a 70 burger. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, so my whole thing is I think Kyrie's just such a great play on DraftKings for its price. Just their willingness to give him big minutes in competitive games. And we've seen Boston has actually been one of the better Eastern teams in the league, the better teams in the Eastern Conference against the other good teams like the Sixers, Toronto. And they continuously just keep beating these teams. So if this game's competitive, I think Kyrie Irving plays upwards of 40 minutes like he has in the past. And at 8.8K, it's hard for me not to like him. Vooch is chalk. He's going to be like 80%. No, really. He could be. I just don't know why you would play Vucevic for 400 less than Jokic. I know the matchup is good against New York, but now he's playing against Mitchell Robinson, I would assume, who is a competent defender, can get himself into foul trouble a lot. I mean, I'm not trying to take away anything from Vucevic. I just think Jokic for 400 more is a lot better of a play. Dotson is a great value play. Yeah, I've been on Dotson ever since that Fizdale announced that he's going to be the starter the rest of the year. His minutes seem somewhat secure. They're secure for a Knicks guard. I'll say that. For 4.4K, I don't mind him. Shooting guard, small forward, eligible. In competitive games, yeah, he'll likely play 30-plus minutes moving forward for the rest of the season. So I don't mind him at 4.4K. I think I'd rather have Dennis Schroeder, who's a far better fantasy point per minute player, for just 100 less over there on DraftKings. On FanDuel, I can't believe Dotson's price rose that much. I believe he's like he's 5.4K. That's a bit rich for me. But that shooting guard position on FanDuel is just abysmal. FanDuel's going to be tough today. You're gonna have to make a lot of decision. I was gonna play Gasol. I think he'll have success against Boston. Yeah. So the thing with that is Nurse only sees Serge Ibaka as a 5, and obviously Gasol will only be a 5, can't play the 4. Serge has the ability to play 4, but Nurse really just refuses to do that. So he's splitting minutes with Serge Ibaka, and it really comes down to matchup. Who you think matches better against Al Horford? It seems more of a Serge Ibaka game, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put out Gasol. But regardless, they're going to be splitting those 48 center minutes. I'm assuming the game stays close. And so he's going to need like 26, 27, 28 minutes to pay off that price tag, but it's definitely doable. Thoughts on Gasol's FanDuel price? Yeah, 5.7K is really, really cheap. I would almost want to pay 900 more for Steven Adams. I think I would rather pay 900 more for Steven Adams, have the security in the minutes of 34, 35, 36 minutes against a guy like Nikola Jokic in a game that's projected to be 237 points. I like going there more personally. Any chance Vonleh starts over Robinson? If so, he seems like the better play. Yeah, if Vonleh starts, then I'm off of Robinson, because if you watched my video earlier, I talked about how Mitchell Robinson really got lucky that Vonleh got into foul trouble, because other than that, he would have ended up getting not that many minutes, probably 18, 20 minutes. But if he is starting, I like him because I think they'll need his size up against a guy in Nikola Vucevic. But yeah, Vonleh starting. Really like Vonleh. I can see them starting Vonleh over Lance Thomas anyways at the 4, which would make more sense against a guy like Aaron Gordon. Westbrook or George on FanDuel? I'm going to go with Westbrook there. Smart or Brown the better player? Yeah. If you look at the recent matchups against Toronto and Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Smart gets the majority of the minutes on covering Kawhi Leonard. So I think as long as Leonard's out there, Smart's going to be out there for about the same amount of time. He'll probably play 32, 33 minutes, so a couple extra minutes more than usual. So I don't mind Marcus Smart. Does Nuggets guard timeshare scare you? Yes. It scares me off everyone except Jamal Murray. I mean, Jamal Murray's, there's no way in a competitive game against Russell Westbrook. We saw in the previous 2 games, I think he played 36. He's averaged like 36 minutes a game in the previous 2 matchups against the Thunder this year, and I expect no different. And he's 6K over on DraftKings and then 6.8K on FanDuel. He's probably my biggest lock of the slate. Well, Millsap, keep it up. He scares me. I think he's worth a look on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, no way I'm paying over 8K for Paul Millsap in 2019. Can't catch me doing that. Siakam or Ibaka? Siakam for sure. Ibaka, like I said, is splitting those 48 center minutes with Marcus Gasol. Siakam is still playing 32, 34 minutes a game. He's getting all the minutes at the 4, so I really like Siakam. Jeremy Grant, a good pump play. I mean, I've been one of the guys that have been playing Jeremy Grant all year, but now that they have Markieff Morris, it's hard for me to play him because I think his minutes aren't secure anymore. He's not getting those 30, 32 minutes anymore. Thoughts on Jeremy Grant, Markieff? Yeah, not really worth it. But it is boring. There's just a 3-game slate. I want to dissect more, but there's really not much into it. How many of you guys play baseball, MLB DFS? Because I think we're going to bring this live stream into moving forward into MLB season. So we'll have this and the MLB one. I think me and Addy, even Christian, sometimes going to hop on these live streams every day. Horford, yes or no? I think Horford's all right. I think he's fine play. How popular do you think Hayward will be? I'm not on a Hayward, personally. think Fournier could be consistent play against the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fournier ever since Simmons left his minutes have been very, very secure in competitive games. They've been torching teams. The Magic have, which is really weird just because they've been so bad as of late. I mean, at the past couple of seasons, but as of late they've been a lot better blowing teams out. But it is only a 7-point spread currently against the Knicks. It's in Madison Square Garden, so I'm not really worried about a blowout there. But Fournier, I think he's a fine play at 5.8K on DraftKings at least. Is Robinson too expensive on FanDuel? No, I think he's appropriately priced if he starts. If he doesn't start, then I don't want him. I want Steven Adams for $100 more. Ibaka and Siakam duo, I don't mind it. I'm just really skeptical on Ibaka now, but I like Siakam a ton. I think Siakam is one of the better power forwards over on FanDuel. Just power forward's ugly over here. I'm not paying like 8.4K for Paul Millsap is crazy. But you look at the teams that he's been facing, and it makes a lot of sense why his rebounding numbers are up so much and his scoring efficiency, just because he's played Sacramento, Dallas, and the Clippers, three of the worst teams with defending bigs. So I'll take my chances with fading Paul Millsap on FanDuel at least. DraftKings, I don't mind it. Do you pay up for 2 stars in DK Cash tonight or just 1 in West? Yeah, I think you pay for 2, personally. Who do I fade on FanDuel between Murray, Kyrie, and Westbrook? Yeah, I've looked at it a lot. I'm probably going to end up fading Kyrie. Murray at 6.8K is way too cheap, but I'm still looking into the roster construction of a couple of different ways I can go over there. 3 good sub 4K plays on DK. Sub 4K plays? I don't know if there is any. Let me look at my cheat sheet. It's rough around there. There's no real value today. It's just guys that are a bit underpriced. No injuries that opened up anything. Yeah, I don't really have any. I mean, Noah Vonleh's at 4K. I guess Lance Thomas, if Lance Thomas starts, I think he's a solid sub 4K play. Be like Dotson today. Yeah, I mentioned it a bit earlier. Fizdale said he's going to be the starter the rest of the year. So out of all the Knicks guards, his minutes are probably the most secure, even more secure than Dennis Smith Jr. just because Moody is back. And if he's playing well and the game stays competitive, he's pretty secure to play 30-plus minutes. Not a very good fantasy player, but if he gets those minutes in a competitive game at 4.4K on a 3-game slate that has no value, I guess I don't mind it. DSJ on FanDuel, yeah. Tournament only for me. I don't really know what's going on between him and Moutier. Leonard tonight? Nah, I'm never on Leonard when he's when the team's fully healthy. He's too scoring dependent for me. Kyrie and Russell Westbrook on DK? Yeah, I like it. Thoughts on 6.4K and under outside of Horford? Yeah, so I like Murray the most, and then probably Millsap at that price. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. Aaron Gordon or Vucevic? I'd probably go up to Vucevic. I don't really like playing Aaron Gordon outside of super fast-paced games. The Knicks are pretty slow. They are really bad defensively, but I'd rather play him in fast-paced games. 4 core on DK. Leave that for the members. Westbrook and George or Jokic and Cash? Yeah, it's really tough because I think I'm going to play Murray for sure. It's really up to you. I kind of want to bring it back with Jokic just because I feel like I get the majority of the offense with Murray and Jokic, and then Westbrook's going to be a part of everything. You know, dude, I was reading this article about how Westbrook's been having by far the worst shooting year of like any superstar ever, but actually it's been one of his better years all around, at least for his team. So if he could start knocking down shots, he could put up 80, 90 points like he has done numerous times in the past. Safest cash shooting guards. Good luck, man. Like on DraftKings, You play Jamal Murray. It's so funny that Jamal Murray's the most expensive shooting guard on DraftKings at 6,000. It's really ugly over here. I like Schroeder, Dotson. Kevin Knox a power player? No. Nah, not really. We saw last game that Trier replaced him pretty early in the game. Don't like that. Knox was always like a somewhat decent play just because he was playing such a plethora of minutes, but now that his minutes are coming down a bit, I don't like him as much. Yeah, some of the games he's just not getting as many minutes, but I guess he's not too bad of a play at 5.2K on DraftKings, but I would rather go elsewhere. Adams or Horford? I'll take the savings on Adams. Isaiah Thomas worth a punt? Yeah, I think he's definitely worth a punt. He's been very efficient in the 3 games since returning. I'm actually going to look that up. Look up his minutes, because I knew his minutes were trending upwards. Yeah, so 13, 16, then 24. I mean, if he plays 24 minutes in a pace-up game against the Thunder, it's going to be super high scoring. For 3.8K on DraftKings, he's definitely worth a look. More of a GPP play, but I don't mind him at all. Is DeAndre Jordan playing? I doubt it. He's doubtful. No reason to bring him back. He's an older player. And they're definitely out of contention of making the playoffs. Rank Morris, Tatum, and Smart. I'll rank him Morris, Smart, than Tatum. Point per dollar. Horford or Millsap on DK? I'll take Horford. We like DJ Augustine. Yeah, I don't mind DJ Augustine. It's really a debate between him and Dennis Schroeder. They're going to get similar minutes. Schroeder's a bit better of a fantasy point per minute player. And you can play him at shooting guard. And he is in a far more appealing game against the Nuggets with a 237 over-under compared to DJ Augustine. He's in an over-under of 215. So I slightly prefer Dennis Schroeder, but I don't mind DJ Augustine at all. Augustine or Isaiah Thomas GPP? I'll still take Augustine. Dennis Smith tonight. Only GPP only for me, just because I don't really know what's going on with that situation. I hate playing Knicks players. And now that Moody is back, it just makes everything even worse. Because we saw the first game returning from injury, he played 26 minutes. And then last game, he played 19 minutes. It's just everywhere, really, for both of those guys. And he's just way too expensive at this point. For cash games, at least. Yeah, guys, if you enjoy these streams, please drop a like, subscribe. Going to be doing these every single day, Monday through Friday. Trier going to be a lock on FanDuel at 3,700. Yeah, he's pretty close to a lock over there just because of how weak that shooting guard's position is. And I would way rather just take a punt at 3,700 rather than paying up for these guys in the 5K and above. I might end up playing one of them, but I don't want to play 2 of them just because they could easily be your drops. So I'd rather pay down for my drop. Yeah, how many views are we at right now? 169. 191. Yo, if you guys want to help out, retweet my my link that I just tweeted before we going live. So, Terrence Ferguson, thoughts on DK? Yeah, I don't mind him. Their willingness to close with him over Dennis Schroeder due to the defensive liability that is Dennis Schroeder makes me like Terrence Ferguson just because I know he's going to play those 30-plus minutes, but he's just shitful when he's out there, mostly due because he plays next to Paul George and Russell Westbrook for the majority of the game. So, I mean, I don't really like him. But it makes sense in the sense that he's in a fast-paced game against a Nuggets team with a 237 over-under, and he's going to play 30-plus minutes at 3.8K on DraftKings. I guess I don't mind him, but Millsap at his price or not, yeah, I like him on DraftKings. I think he's totally viable, but on FanDuel, he's just there's no way I'm paying for that. I'd way rather pay down to 7.5K and play Pascal Siakam, where I know he's going to play similar minutes, but the production's going to be consistent. Millsap, I can't really trust what he's been doing lately. Thoughts on cash line target today, 295 plus? I don't know, man. It really all just depends on how the value. I feel really confident in the studs doing well, but the value, there's no real value. It's just underpriced guys like Dennis Schroeder, Marcus Morris. I guess it's bad, man. Vonleh a good play on DK. Also West. Oh yeah. So okay. So Vonleh a good play today on DK. Yeah, I think he's one of the. If he starts, I think he's probably the best value play on the slate. If he doesn't play, I have no idea what Fizdale's going to do. He pretty much just picks his starting lineups based on matchups. So if he thinks Vonleh's a good play against Vucevic for whatever reason over Mitchell Robinson, then I'm going to ride with Noah Vonleh because if he doesn't start, he might not even enter the game because it's Fizdale. And we've seen this numerous times before. But to answer your other question, Westbrook, George, or Westbrook and Jokic, yeah, it's a hard question. You could go George and Jokic, I guess. But I prefer Westbrook today. I don't know. I haven't really made up my mind yet. I think I kind of side with Jokic, but we'll see moving forward. It's hard on FanDuel because I think I might end up going Paul George and Westbrook as my two studs and then paying down for Steven Adams. Just because you can only play one center over there on FanDuel, and it's kind of abysmal. Probably get value play advice 2 minutes before lock, yeah. Terrence Ross against the Knicks tonight. I mean, in competitive games, he's always a good play when he can play 28, 30 minutes just because he is so efficient when he's out there. But I hate how scoring dependent he is. It makes him mostly a GPP play because I don't like playing scoring dependent players in cash. But on a 3-game slate, definitely worth a dart. Westbrook or Jokic or fit both. I mean, I think the goal of today should be to fit into two studs. Am I crazy to pay up for Kyrie, Vooch, and Kawhi? No, I think that's an interesting route to go. And I wouldn't mind it if I just didn't really care for Kawhi at all. Just way too scoring dependent for me. When everybody's healthy, his rebounding percentage is down. He gets no assists. I just hate guys that score 30-something real points and then end up only scoring 45 fantasy points. It's just, it's rough. What's your thoughts on Vooch and Aaron Gordon? I don't mind I don't like Aaron Gordon. I guess his price has come down enough on DraftKings, right? I guess I don't mind him. But Vucevic is the guy I want from the Magic today. But in that same note, I like Jokic quite a bit more than Vucevic. Any of the Nuggets shooting guards on FanDuel? I guess I don't mind Beasley. As long as he remains in the starting lineup, I guess I don't mind him, but it's pretty sporadic with his outcomes. Favorite small forwards on FanDuel? Yeah, it's rough. It's got to be. So I'm going to probably end up playing for Paul George, and then you're going to have to find another guy. You can pay for the minutes in Kevin Knox at 5.7K, or you can hope that Lance Thomas gets to start again at the 4 and then pay 3.7K for him. He probably won't produce all that much, but for 3.7K, I don't mind him at all. No one talking about Lowry hit 5X today. Yeah, I mean, I can't play Lowry when everyone's healthy, especially now that Marc Gasol's there, because whenever he's on the court, there's going to be a guy that can facilitate as well. He's just not needed all that much anymore. Yeah, one of the sneakiest plays of the day is probably going to be Torrey Craig. I expect him I'm actually going to look how much he played last time against them. Yeah, so Torrey Craig, the last 2 times that he played against the Thunder this year, he averaged 35 minutes per game, 28 fantasy points per game, and he's only 3.2K over here on DraftKings. Minimum price over there on FanDuel at a rough shooting guard position because they need him out there to defend Russell Westbrook and Paul George at all times. So I would not be surprised if Torrey Craig was one of the better plays of the day. I expect him to get the start ahead of Beasley. So moving forward, just keep that in mind. If Craig starts, yeah, he's probably a must play at 3.2K on DraftKings, a minimum price over there on FanDuel. So just keep that in mind. kind of feeling Markieff Morris, to be honest, with a high total game. Yeah, I mean, his price has dropped quite a bit on DraftKings at 4K, where I don't mind him, but him and Jeremy Grant really just splitting those 48 power forward minutes, so he has to be playing significantly better than Jeremy Grant to get more minutes than him and to get up to the 25, 26, 27 minute range. And he definitely can do that. He can definitely shoot well and then shoot Jeremy Grant off the court, but it's not really somewhere I'm looking today. Thoughts on Mason Plumlee? I'm not really on Plumlee, especially with the whatever emergence Paul Millsap is as of late. Just because, which is weird because on the year, the Nuggets' most efficient offense has Plumlee playing at the 4 and Jokic playing at the 5, Twin Towers. But they no longer are doing that, I guess, with Paul Millsap back. But, I mean, I can't hate it. Millsap has been great as of the last 3-4 games, which is blows my mind. Is it bad 9% of my lineup is from the OKC Denver game? I mean, it's a 3-game slate, and they have a 237.5 over-under, so no, that's not bad at all. And it actually has risen half a point with only 35% of the bets on the over, so sharp money is still on the over in that game. Robinson's matchup does match Vucevic. Yeah, that's why I'm expecting Vucevic to get, or Robinson to get the start. Just because they need his size against Vucevic, rather than Noah Vonleh, who started last game against LaMarcus Aldridge, which just makes a ton more sense. I think Millsap hits value. I think he's an all right play on DraftKings. I wouldn't play him on FanDuel. I don't think he hits value on FanDuel. Any prize picks you like? Yeah, I posted one. So if any of you guys want to join Prize Picks, link's going to be in the description right now. If you read the thing at the top, if you deposit up to $1,000, you can, using code LOCKS, you get a 50% instant match. And then me, myself, and Christian have already posted our favorite Prize Picks of the day. Let us know that you use that code, and we will give you access to our favorite Prize Picks every day. Robinson or Adams? I like Adams, I think, regardless more. If Robinson gets the start, it makes it a lot closer. But as of now, I like Adams more. I love Steven Adams tonight. Think he's going to be needed out there against Jokic. We'll just look at the previous games. Steven Adams versus Jokic. He's played 2 times against them. Like I said, Nuggets won both those games. He played 37 minutes per game. And averaged 43 fantasy points per game in those 2. So I like Steven Adams quite a bit. I think the matchup between the 2 teams is pretty easy to see. I think Steven Adams and building on FanDuel sucks today. It does, man. What about going Kyrie Murray with PG instead of Westbrook, Paul George? I mean, I don't mind it at all. Is Jarian Grant? I haven't really looked into it much. I mean, unless you're thinking the game's going to blow out, I don't think he gets that many minutes. He really only gets minutes in blowouts. Yeah, no, I think the thing with Jokic over Vucevic is mostly just because Jokic, when they're not playing on back-to-backs, he's going to play more minutes than Vucevic just because Vucevic, even in competitive games, really only plays 32, 34 minutes. I think Jokic has the upside of playing 34, 36 minutes this game. And earlier in the year, Thunder weren't playing nearly as fast as they are right now. They've been one of the fastest teams in the league over the past couple of months, which boosted them up to 3rd fastest team in the league. Huge pace-up spot for them. And so I think it kind of nullifies the defensive assignment of Steven Adams on him, which makes me like Jokic a bit more. And Jokic is a far better fantasy point per minute player than Nikola Vucevic just because he's so good at many other things than just scoring. He's great at rebounding and obviously assists. Him getting a triple-double, if he didn't get a triple-double tonight, I would be slightly surprised. I know that's probably a bull take. You already talked about Lance Thomas. Yeah, I like Lance Thomas if he starts. If he doesn't start, I'm not on him very much. Yo, if you guys enjoy these streams, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Going to be doing this every day, Monday through Friday. And MLB's right around the corner. We're going to be adding that to the public live streams as well. And then, of course, 30 minutes before lock, I'll be going live for the members' private live stream. Siakam or Horford? Yeah, I like Siakam more. Minutes are far more secure than Horford's, and a bit better of a fantasy point per minute player than Horford. Better matchup for Siakam as well. Robinson or Adams? Yeah, it's Adams unless Robinson starts, and even then I think I still like Adams. Siakam, Tatum, Millsap, or Morris, FanDuel. Just one, it's going to be Siakam for me. Siakam's probably my favorite FanDuel power forward. Paul George or Vucevic? I'll probably take Paul George there. Probably going to cut this stream in a couple minutes just because it is 3 games. Want to leave the rest of the information for our members. And like I said, I think I told it in the public live stream, or I was talking about it in the private live stream. Our new website is going to be launching this Friday. New packages going to be out. It's going to be very, very cheap. Stars and scrubs or balance? I think it's more of a stars and scrubs night for me. I think the studs are good enough to play 2 of them, and I think the value is decent enough to get you there. I think there's still some pretty solid plays in the value. Any last second questions before I head out? Marcus Morris thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind Marcus Morris. It kind of sucks that Marcus Smart is likely going to be used a lot against Kawhi Leonard, which could result in Marcus Morris getting a bit less minutes. But I guess I don't mind Marcus Morris on DraftKings at least. All right, guys. I'm about to head out, but I will leave you with this. Be sure to watch out for the starting lineups of the Knicks. It's going to dictate a lot on who the better players of the day is, and see if Torrey Craig gets the start. Because if Torrey Craig gets the start, that means they're deliberately going to use him defensively like they have in the previous 2 matchups against Russell Westbrook. And so that will be big for he'll probably be one of the better value plays of the day at 3.2K on DraftKings and 3.5K minimum price at shooting guard on FanDuel. So yeah, anyways, going to be back tomorrow. Going to be a full hour tomorrow with a bigger slate than 3 games. But anyways, if you like the stream, please drop a like. Please subscribe. And best of luck tonight. And until next time, peace.